Welcome inside the Hall of Fame. I'm Booker T, six-time world champ, two-time Hall of Famer. Got my man Brad Gilmore here with me, and we're ready to do this thing as we always do, guys. I want to thank you guys for stepping inside the Hall of Fame, getting your champagne wishes and caviar dreams, man. I was up late last night. Had to do Raw Talk, which was real cool, man. I want to thank those guys for bringing me in from Raw Talk. So I'm a little amp. I'm drinking my You're Worth It right now, and I'm feeling good. And I'm hyped. I'm amped up. So anything goes today. Brad, how you feel, dog?
Hey, I'm feeling good, Book. You know, we have is this our second to last show of the year 2021? We're coming up on 2022, which would be almost 3 years now on ESPN, which is pretty sweet. Shout out to everybody over there at ESPN 975-925 Houston.
Oh.
But I'm doing good, Book. How was Raw Talk? So I didn't get a chance to even watch a lot of Raw. I caught up on clips today. But did you enjoy watching Raw and doing Raw Talk?
Yeah, man, I've got a chance to talk, my expertise, which is tag team wrestling, Street Profit. Got a chance to talk about the Fatal 4-Way as well, going down for the WWE Championship. And that right there is going to be something I thought I could definitely weigh in on Big E being the champion, trying to hold on in a match like that. Definitely, like I said, if Big E could definitely pull this match off with these three guys, it definitely will put him in a different stratosphere. I'm talking about something like the Nebula. That's where a Big E would be. And the thing is, I'm pulling for Big E, especially since he stole my catchphrase.
Hitting that "can you dig it" on people.
You know, I'm just wondering what the hell happened with that. You know, how did all of a sudden Big E, channel his inner Booker T and then not just do it once, but just say, "Hey, I'm just stealing it. I'm just gonna steal it."
You know, I'm taking it.
It worked for him.
Hey, well, you said, was it last week? You said, hey, if they want to take it, they can take it. They don't have to ask me for any permission to do anything. That's what you said.
No, I'm serious, man. That's true, though. That's true. I mean, I'm serious about that. I'm definitely looking forward to getting to Atlanta, Georgia for day one, but we having all kind of issues, man, especially with this COVID variant that's running around right now. Definitely it's affected us even. Reality of Wrestling having to postpone our show coming up in Dayton, Texas this coming Sunday. So what do you think, man? What do you think about the this new strain and how it's kind of like, almost seemed like it's kicking everything back in gear again?
I know it definitely feels like we're reliving 2020 a little bit. I mean, not to that same extent.
Hey, man.
Look,
from a hospitalization perspective, in a lot of places, it's worse than it was last year.
Oh, okay. I didn't know. I know that the variant is supposedly not as strong as the original strain, or as what was the other one called? Not beta. What was the second strain called?
Delta. Yeah.
It's not as strong as either one of those, but still, if you're unvaccinated, you're immunocompromised, you can run into issues with Omicron.
Omicron, as well as kids. More kids are getting sick with this Omicron variant. They're saying you may not get as sick, but more kids are getting sick. More people are being hospitalized, and man, like I said, we're feeling the effects of it. And the thing is, you can take it serious. You don't have to. Me personally, I choose to take it serious and shut things down for a minute. Hopefully we can get everybody tested and then get back on track, because we got a big show in Texas City on the 8th, Reality of Wrestling. We got to, we don't want to just keep running into the same problems over and over and over. So I just think the best thing it is to take a step back. So hopefully we can, continue to take a step forward.
Yeah, I think that's the most responsible thing to do. I mean, we're giving everybody a chance to get tested, get vaccinated if you want to get vaccinated, so you can make sure you're protecting yourself, everybody around you, because the last thing that we want to do is bring a show to town and bring something with us, with some of our performers or ourselves, or have our athletes and performers get sick as well. So we're just taking precautions. So yeah, in case you missed it on social media, January the 2nd, Dayton, Texas was supposed to be this Sunday, our first show of the year. We were calling it Reality Wrestling Day 2.
Like I said, you're gonna steal something, you might as well steal it right out in the open. You know what I mean?
Day 2.
Had a good ring to it.
It sounded good to me.
Had a damn
You
good
know what I
ring.
mean?
Yeah.
It sounded good to me. So that's not going down anymore. So hopefully things level out again before this new year, because I can't go into 22. I know that COVID's still going to be a thing for probably ever. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? We're probably going to always have to deal with some form, variant, flu shot, whatever kind of thing with it. I just wanted, to go back to how it was like 4 months ago. We were like hitting like a real nice stride. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Everything seemed to be open. People were happy. Most people were vaccinated. I think 85% of eligible adults now are vaccinated in this country or something like that, especially those who are 65 and over. So we're hitting a really good stride. Seemed to have taken a small step back. But off all that, book, how was your Christmas?
Man, I just kick back and watch the kids do their thing, man. You know what I mean? They got the PS5, the VR headset and all that
Oh,
stuff.
that Oculus thing? Is
Yeah,
that what you're
yeah,
talking about?
yeah.
That thing is crazy. Did you try it out?
No, we gotta hook it up, and man, these days, man, you gotta have an account, you gotta have Facebook, you gotta have everything to be do this kind. So right now we still in the hookup phase, but Kendrick got that PS5, and he got some real cool games. For one to thank Sheldon Benjamin for hooking me up with a brother who knew a brother who took care of a brother. If you understand what I'm saying. And
A couple of PS5s fell off the Amazon truck.
so a couple of them fell off the truck. They just happened to be still in the box and ready to go. You know what I mean? So yeah, man, I want to thank my boy Sheldon for hooking me up. But yeah, man, we kicked back and I cooked a turducken. Actually, I just cooked it. Perry's and Sons prepared it for me. Put it in the oven for 4 hours, but I buttered it down real good and got some of that Lowry's and seasoned him up real good with a little pepper, a little crack black pepper to make sure it's nice and right. And I tell you, bro, man, what a meal! That son of a gun was $130, and it was worth every dime. I'm telling you, man, that turducken. If you have never had one before, you better get you one, man. Seriously.
Hell yeah. I've had turducken before, but that sounds like a good Christmas. I enjoy it. I enjoy that Oculus headset though. You got to try that thing out. I put it on. Right?
You got one?
I didn't get one. My nephew got one, and so we were trying it out on Christmas Day. And the thing is, it's nuts. You can't see anything around you. I almost backed into a wall. So make sure you have good space. Right, he already busted his knuckle up punching a wall, but make sure you have good space. But there was this one game, I don't know what it was called, but you put it on and you're in a kitchen, and like you got to prepare meals for people who are making orders, and you have a full kitchen. So I look over here, I got the refrigerator. I look over here, I got all the knives. I got the stove. You got to turn the stove on. You got to put the meat on there. You got to season it. There was Worcestershire sauce in there. I had to pour the Worcestershire on, and then I threw the bottle, and it explodes everywhere. It was crazy. It was insane that this is now the games that they were playing. Back in my day, we had the Game Boy. Back in your day,
Tecmo Bowl.
Yeah, Techno Bowl. Yeah, the little red lines, going across the screen. We've gone way far away.
And you thought it was awesome. That's what you thought it was awesome, Tecmo Bowl. But yeah, man, to watch these kids these days and the games to get a chance to actually grow up with, it's totally a different world. My son though, he's Kendrick James, man, he's worth it. Whatever he gets, man, he's worth it. He's the best kid you could ever imagine, and I'm proud of him. And for him to have the game, man, he deserved that. That's shortstop. He should get a whole lot more. That's the way I feel about my boy.
Okay, Kendrick getting the praise. What are you saying? Kennedy got coal in her stocking, or did Kennedy have a good Christmas too?
Well, she got something. But I'm gonna tell you, man, girls, man, I always say, man, having twins, man, man, Charmel, it's cool. But I do not think I could have dealt with twin girls. I think I would have lost my mind by now if I had two Kennedys. But we got to take a break, guys. I got a story I want to talk about when we get back. Stick around. We'll be back in a minute.
Independent wrestling is full of charismatic personas. incredible athleticism.
Shooting star! Press from pressure cover!
And at times, complete chaos.
Got attention! Don't do it, Will! Oh my gosh! Senton bomb through the table!
This is where the young guys, the young girls come today to pay their dues, to learn the craft, to start the journey to become the next wrestling superstar. I'm WWE Hall of Famer Booker T, and these are the Indies. Can you dig it, sucker?
Boom! Welcome back inside the Hall of Fame, y'all. Yeah, man.
Before your story, real quick,
What you got?
I just want to give some love to Vitamin Vision, who said, thank you guys for all the content this year. Much appreciated. Happy holidays and a happy New Year's to you both. Appreciate you, Vitamin Vision, for always being one of those loyal, nonstop supporters of the Hall of Fame. But you said before the break you had a story for everybody?
You know, it's a story that I saw there again on one of the sites, and it was talking about it was funny because it said you know, a brother shouldn't have to ask anybody for, you know, approval or something like that, and it was the story about me finally being accepted in the WWE. I wouldn't say finally being accepted, but getting the that stamp of approval from one of the boys. And the story was I had to ask for permission to dress in the locker room. Now, first of all, I've never had to ask for permission to dress in any locker room around the world, around the country that I've ever been in professional wrestling. But in WWE, it is there was a seniority, a hierarchy when I first got to WWE. Guys like Stone Cold Steve Austin, like guys like The Rock, guys like The Undertaker. These guys did dress in a different little small area. It was called the TV locker room. It's where the cameramen dress, and it's actually their locker room, and they invite the senior guys to actually dress, you know, where they are, because it's a little bit more room, and it's kind of like a little kind of like a fraternity thing. And then I remember one day I was, you know, dressing in the locker room with all of the boys, which is, if you know WWE's roster, it's a huge roster. It's a bunch of guys, and we got a pretty big locker room. But there again, it's a bunch of guys in that locker room, or you find you somewhere to dress. And I remember the Undertaker saying, "Hey, Book, you know, why don't you come dress over here with us?" And that was the TV locker room, and I was like, "Wow, okay, cool." I finally got a chance to see what the TV locker room was about, and I finally felt like, man, okay, these guys have accepted me here, so obviously, man, I might be doing the right thing. That's what that was about more than anything. I've never once had to ask anyone if I could dress inside the locker room. That's just a story that's out there that people looking to try to, I don't know, make the black man look like he got to, you know, look up to somebody or feel like, you know, I don't know, he's got a, you know, boot lick or whatever to get to the next level.
Right.
That's never happened with me. And everywhere that I've gone in this business, I was accepted because of the person I was and what I brought to the table and how hard I worked. And hopefully, you know, somebody listening to that, they can grab a hold of that and realize, man, kissing ass ain't going to get you nowhere. And that's one thing Booker T has never done throughout his lifetime. So I just want to clear that story up right there, because people always looking for clickbait. They're always looking for a story to you know, sensationalize and make it sound like it's something that is really not. And there again, I was honored to be asked, you know, to be a part of the guys in that TV locker room, because there again, felt like I had made it.
You know, I just saw what's his name? Ben Affleck. Ben Affleck was just doing an interview where he had something similar, occur with him, where he was on Howard Stern. He was talking about, his wife, and he was just saying, I was in a bad place at the time in my marriage. I wasn't happy with myself. I was drinking. And he made kind of an offhanded comment saying, like, if I would have stayed in that situation, my drinking probably would have gotten worse. And he was just talking about his state of mind at the time and, the things that he was going on. And then every internet site runs, Ben Affleck says ex-wife drove him to alcoholism, when that wasn't the story. The story was, I was in a bad place with myself.
Exactly.
And I couldn't be a good husband because of where I was. It didn't have to do with my wife driving me to alcoholism.
Yeah.
It's just, but once they get the click, that's all they care about. Nobody care. They don't care about the accuracy of the story. They don't care about citing it. They don't care about presenting the information in the right way. They just want to get the one click. So if you can sensationalize something with, hey, WWE made the black guy have to ask permission to get dressed in a locker room. Well, all of a sudden,
WWE,
you got a story.
Yeah, exactly. The racist company, and it's always been that way. Even Booker T had to ask to dress in the locker room. Are you kidding me? When actually Miz was the one who couldn't dress in the locker room.
Yeah, I've heard him talk about that, and he said one time he had to dress in a public restroom in the arena. And a kid who was in there said, "Aren't you the Miz?" And he's putting his boots and his gear on and stuff. Poor guy. Seriously.
Wait a minute. Damn it. He's making that story up.
That's what I remember him saying this. Somebody find the interview. I swear that this was the story. He had to go change in a public restroom in the arena.
Oh my God, man.
In the arena.
If that's true, man. It's crazy, man. Another story. Another story out there. When I was talking just last week here inside the Hall of Fame, I was talking about guys thinking about going and having a match with someone, and I didn't equate that story to any one person. And people saying I was talking about Kyle O'Reilly, and I'm like, I'm not talking about Kyle O'Reilly. I'm talking about anybody in general. If you're in this business, okay, let's get it straight right now. If you're in this business and you're thinking about certain things, I always tell my guys, know why you're in this. Don't come into this thinking that this is Hollywood and you're a big star and man, the fame and the fortune and all of that. I say, if you look at this wrestling business and a lot of businesses, but this wrestling business in general, because it's very, very short window, if you look at it as anything other than a job, you could find yourself saying, man, what the hell happened and how quick did it happen? And man, what am I going to do next? You look at this thing like it's a job, and you might end up at the end of the day making some money, taking care of your family, put yourself in a position to parlay this into whatever you're going to do next. Because like I say, no one can bump forever. So at the end of the day, it's not going to be about a match. And if you guys don't understand that and want to equate that to, certain people, I understand that. I get it. But at the end of the day, it's going to be about being able to walk away from this wrestling business, this thing that I've loved for over 30 years. But for me, the most important thing was to be able to walk away from it, still being able to play catch with my 11-year-old boy. Hopefully one day being able to walk my daughter down the aisle opposed to wheeling myself down the aisle. We've seen the stories how this business can literally make you, but at the same time, we've seen how this business can break you at the same time. Look at the Dynamite Kid stories, and there's so many more stories about the guys that wanted to go out there and have that match. Look at the just say, for instance, the chronic problems. People like guys like Dynamite Kid doing that diving headbutt off the top rope. Look at a guy who wanted to, follow in his footsteps of Chris Benoit doing that diving headbutt off the top of that top rope. The CTE scan after it's over with, how far his brain has been deteriorated at the end of the day. I'm talking about trying to save somebody's life. I ain't talking about no damn match at the end of the day. So let's just get that straight and move forward.
Hey, I think that you said it beautifully there. And yeah, people conflate those things because recently there's been talk about Kyle O'Reilly going to AEW, which by the way, he showed up on. It's
Yeah,
funny,
yeah.
like the whole little clique that Cole had going on in NXT, like one by one, they're moving on over. We had Bobby Fish, now we have Kyle O'Reilly, and of course Adam Cole's there.
And this here before you move forward, and good for Kyle O'Reilly.
Yeah, man.
Good, he's got a job. Good, he's going to still be able to continue to do what he loved to do. And more power to him. I'm not going to hate on someone. No, you can't hate on someone having a job and taking care of his family. And if he's happier there, boom, that's even better.
Yeah, I mean, definitely. But you're just saying if anybody's making their decisions on their future just based on, wouldn't it be awesome to have a match with blah, 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 that's probably not that needs to not be the first thing in your mind. But here's the thing. It's not bad if they say, man, I could make more money over here. I could work less dates. Oh, and you know what? I could work a nice little program with blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? If it's like number 3 on the call sheet, you know what I mean?
My point. Exactly that point. Yeah.
Yeah, then it's okay. I 100% understand where you're coming from on that. But again, it's a sensationalizing a story, which, by the way, speaking of AEW, there was a story that I wanted to talk to you about. I guess we could do it on the other side of the break because I think one of the things that they've done so well with that company is help to build and foster new talent and new stars. You talk about Darby Allin, MJF, Jungle Boy, and one that came from the reality wrestling school, Sammy Guevara. Sammy Guevara has had such a great run there in the last 2 years since AEW started, and he started with the company, was the TNT champion, but things changed for Sammy Guevara on Christmas night between him and Cody Rhodes. I kind of want to get your reaction to what all kind of went down there and Cody Rhodes taking the title off of Sammy Guevara, but I know we got to take a break.
Hey, man, we do got to take a break. Stick around, guys. We'll be back in a minute. Shoop. Welcome back inside the Hall of Fame, guys. But yeah, man, yeah, it went down Cody Rhodes, Sammy Guevara. But what's the take on it? What do you want to talk about?
Well, I mean, here's the thing. So Cody Rhodes is a 3-time TNT champion. Of course, according to storyline, it's the only title that he can actually really go after because when he lost to Jericho a couple years ago, he can no longer challenge for the world title. But Cody has had this go away heat is what people have been calling it online. They're comparing him to the John Cena back when Cena was kind of going on his run to where he was just anytime Cena was in a match, you knew he was winning. There's no way that he's not going to win the match. He's John Cena, right? The Super Cena days. And you have this young star in Sammy Guevara who just got the title, beat Miro, had a couple of great matches, including one with Jay Lethal for the TNT title, but only was able to have it for, I don't know, was it a little over a month maybe that he had the title, and drops it to Cody Rhodes now on Christmas night. Do you think that this is a step in the right direction? Does it hurt Sammy to lose to a guy like Cody Rhodes for the title? I just kind of want to get your feedback on the whole situation because it really looked like they were building Sammy up. And to me, this kind of cuts him off a little bit.
I don't think so. I don't think, that it should be a monopoly on the championship or anything like that. And one guy having it just because, the fans are buying into him. I've always been one of those types to where, man, the babyface should always be chasing the heel. That's just me. Someone like Cody Rhodes having the championship right now, you talk about go away heat. I've always said if the fans are booing you or cheering for you, either way, it's great. I say if they're not saying anything, okay, then we got a problem. They really don't care. But if they're booing Cody Rhodes to the point to where everyone in the building is doing it in unison, we could use this. So for me, I think it's a great thing. It definitely will be something. Just say, for instance, if Sammy was to beat Cody for the title and regain it, what do you think the fans are going to do then? So if you're thinking about the fans, me personally, I really think it's the right decision. I really think it's the right thing to do. That's just me.
Let's explore this a little bit though. Of this go away heat thing. Because I've heard of this term before, but I've never really I don't think it's a real thing. Because they said they also call it X-Pac heat, which I don't remember the era where X-Pac had that much heat to where people didn't want to see him anymore. I don't really remember that.
Yeah.
Maybe it happened. I don't remember it. But do you think that that's a real concept where people like Roman kind of went through a period to where as soon as his music hit, he's getting booed? It's still a reaction. So is go away heat a real thing even?
I don't know what, like I said, I've heard good heat, bad heat, go away heat. That the go away heat something that's something, a new term as of late. We didn't really have that term. It was good heat or bad heat. There was no in between. For me, there again, for John Cena, everybody saying Cena sucks. And then you had the ones that liked him saying, let's go Cena. Cena sucks. That worked for me. The Roman Reigns thing, people didn't like Roman. They really didn't want to get behind him. For what reasons? I don't know. Because Roman, at that point and still now, is one of the best workers, on the roster. Bottom line, no doubt, one of the best wrestlers of this era. No doubt. So them not liking him, I don't think that's the wrong. I think that's the wrong term. Not liking him. I think the fans perhaps wanted to see him in a different role, and them trying to motivate the company to move that person into that role. I think the fans these days, man, they can hijack a whole show. They can make you want to do it the way they want, it to be done. But I think a guy like Cody, he's in prime position to actually be able to go out there and do what I talk about all the time. And that's the art of going out there and doing nothing and making the people go crazy. If he could do that for the next 5 years, man, he can make a boatload of money and be very, very happy at the end of the day. But when you start looking at it like, I really need the fans to cheer for me, man. What am I doing wrong? When you start thinking that way, you are definitely backing yourself into a corner. I think they're doing it, perfectly, exactly the right thing.
Well, let me ask you this though: Does it hurt somebody like a Sammy Guevara to have a short title reign? This is your first championship in a major company ever, and it only lasts for a few weeks at the very best. Does that hurt him in any way in your estimation?
I really don't think so. Just because when you win the title, that says one thing. Let's say the company was, they believed in you enough to say, hey man, let's put the belt on this guy. Let's give him the rub. Let's bring him up. Okay, but we can't keep we can't bring everybody up and just focus on this one guy. Sammy is good. Sammy's young. He's got a lot of time left in the business. He's got a lot of more title reigns to capture. Just imagine, man, if people was talking about, man, Booker T, man, he won the TV title, man. He should be in the world title picture right now. Can you imagine, what that would have done for me as far as what kind of pressure that would have put me under? But winning the television championship 6 times before I moved on, man, that on the job training for me was worth its weight in gold. And I think that's what Sammy is getting right now is on the job training. And I think he's doing think he's done a damn good job being a young kid, thrust in the spotlight the way he has been over this last year.
Sammy's been fantastic, I think, and he's been putting on sensational matches. He and Cody, by the way, tore the house down. To nobody's surprise. They had a great match. Just a lot of fans online were questioning the finish. And I think to go back to your point with Roman, I think the Roman Reigns thing was he was so obviously clearly the guy that the company wanted at the time, right? Like, hey, this is going to be our new star. That fans said, hey, I think that's our job to tell you who the star is. And sometimes the fans can kind of get full of themselves. We're all guilty of it, whether it be in wrestling or movies or TV. Like we always think that we know better, right? We always think that we know better. But with Roman, it took him going on a hiatus and coming back as a heel for those kind of boos to stop and for people to start reacting in the way that he and the company wanted them to react.
Yeah.
Does Cody have to do something similar? Does he have to turn? Do you lean into the heel stuff since they're booing you anyway? Do you lean into it, or you just stay like you're doing, like Cena did?
I think it's a totally different dynamic. What he's going through right now. Just because when I look at Roman, I look at Seth Rollins. I look at John Moxley and those guys being in that team and then breaking up. And then when you break those guys up, you got the fans tugging. Which one am I really going to cheer for? Do I really want to be a Seth Rollins guy? Do I want to be a John Moxley guy? Do I want to be that's what he was going through. I think this dynamic right here is totally different what Cody is going through. But I feel like there again, is something that could be used. And if it's something that could be used in this business, you use it. You don't fight against it. You go with it. And I think Cody Rhodes, there again, I would love to be in Cody Rhodes' shoes, walking out of that curtain, knowing everybody is going to boo me. You remember what I said, about, what they said about MC Hammer? They said, man, you need to turn it down. And MC Hammer said, nah, man, I need to pump it up. That's what Cody Rhodes needs to do right now. He needs to pump it up and needs to kick it in overdrive. And then he might even perhaps just need to embrace it and go all in, just like they talk about over there all the time,
all in.
No, because, I'm serious, because if you got something in this business, man, you use it. You don't fight against it.
You got to run with it. And I'm with that. I'm with leaning into it. I think that I don't really understand the hate for Cody Rhodes as of late. I don't know where it's exactly coming from. I know a lot of people like to take shots at him in their promos. Dan Lambert was like, maybe if I was an EVP, I could get this, that, and the other. So he's kind of a soft target because he was such a focal point of the company early on. So I understand that.
But the thing is, man, how quick the fans turn on you, bro. If that's the case, how quick the fans turn on you, even the AEW loyals, how quick they turn on you, because Cody Rhodes literally is one of the founders of that company. He's one of the reasons why AEW is in existence right now today.
100%.
He's the reason why the fans are so excited. He's one of the reasons why the fans are so excited right now as far as pulling that thing together with the Young Bucks and all those guys. So how quick the fans will turn on you, man, like a snake, like a viper. You know what I mean? You think you're good buddies, you're getting ready to stroke them, and bam, you're on your way to the hospital, bro. Hey, man, it's I don't know. At this social media world, man, it's different. It's a different world. We got to take a quick break, man. We got a break. We got a little bit more for you. Stick around. We'll be back in a minute.
This is Booker T World Gym Arena in Texas City, the home to the Reality of Wrestling Training Center. It's a 20,000 square foot facility with more than 50 full-time students and wrestlers from around the world. Inside the World Gym Arena sits a 9,000 square foot venue set up for weekly shows.
From on top, 1-2 moonsault.
Where our students showcase their skills in front of a live audience.
What he's done here is awesome. He's created opportunity, and he's creating great talent, as you guys well know.
In the back, a full weight room.
6 up.
Complete with state-of-the-art equipment and personal trainers.
There you go. There you go. Two more.
A full staff and office personnel.
One more.
Running the day-to-day operation. We have interview sets for TV production, promo classes, quarterly combines. We evaluate progression and team building. Referees, commentators, ring announcers, and live television production. At the World Gym Arena, we don't just teach you how to become a professional wrestler, but an elite sports entertainer. This is Reality of Wrestling.
Welcome back inside the Hall of Fame, guys. I'm getting close to getting up out of here, but I just want to give everybody a little heads up on something. Reality of Wrestling, we got a big show going down Texas City, Texas on January 8th. Booker T World Gym Arena. Don't miss out. Don't get shut out on that. But Canton, Texas, January 22nd. Canton, Texas. Booker T, along with my new protege, Gaspar Hernandez, may be doing an exhibition tag match on the 22nd in Canton, Texas. So guys, keep your ears open. I'm making sure all the T's are crossed and all the I's are dotted before I actually do something like that. But stay tuned.
Wow. Wait, hold on now. Breaking news on the Hall of Fame like only we can do. It's a possibility that Booker T laces him up just for an exhibition. Not a match. Not a full match, but just an exhibition.
An exhibition.
A friendly bout.
Kind of like Floyd Mayweather. It won't be a 12-round bout, 4 rounds. Kind of like with Natsukawa, something like that. A tag team to be determined. I'm not sure exactly who it is. It won't be the Road Warriors or anybody like that. It will be, someone on the caliber of, perhaps a Brady Boone and somebody like that. You know what I mean? 2 guys that we know we can go out there and beat up, but I just don't want to. I just don't want to pull nothing doing it.
Well, hopefully there's a 20-second time limit to the match. I don't want you getting blown up out there.
Oh, man, I'm in shape. I've been in shape. I
know you are. That you're worth it.
I've been on the grind, man. As soon as I finish here, I'm heading right back down to the gym. I'll be in the gym probably for an hour and a half. I'm really taking this thing serious as far as looking the part. I don't want to step back in the ring and take my shirt off and people say, man, Booker T, man, I don't know if he should be doing this. I want people to say, man, Booker T, he may still got it. You never know. But it's not for me more so than it is for my kid, Dez, Gaspar Hernandez. This kid's going to be a big star. You're talking about Sammy Guevara, how big of a star he's become over there in AEW. Keep your eyes out for Gaspar Hernandez. He's going to be a big star. I'm banking on this kid. And I can't wait to perhaps get in the ring and show this kid exactly how it's done on the job training. I'm talking about inside the ring, up close and personal. So guys, Canton, Texas, get ready for your boy, 5-time champ. Maybe lacing them up for you.
All right. Breaking news here. Hey, Book, before we go any further, we do have a
sexy number.
Wrong button. Anyway, we have a super chat. We have a super chat. I hit the wrong button. We have a super chat from Callie Toenail.
Oh,
let me give Callie that real.
Yeah, I mean, well, come on. Super chat.
There we go. Callie Toenail says, I think Bobby Lashley's title run was short as well. He was dominant and always whooping ass. I just can't get behind Big E. I think Bobby should get the belt back and keep it till we get him versus Brock.
Well, I can't hate on the brothers, okay? Because both of them getting a chance to shine. All right, I told Big E he was going to get a chance to shine. He was going to get his day in the sun. Bobby Lashley has been doing some of the best work that he has ever done in this business, not just WWE. This guy is definitely taking his career to another level. And do I want to see Bobby Lashley with the title back around his waist because he was so dominant, especially with MVP at his side? Man, that duo right there was something to be reckoned with. But the one thing I was thinking about that I would love to see perhaps in the future, maybe after both of these guys there again get their chance in the sun, and then of course you're going to be on the sideline looking for what's next. Man, I would love to see Big E and Bobby Lashley with MVP as their manager, and they could be one of the most dominating tag teams this business has ever seen since Harlem Heat. If they was to go out there and do it together and get on the same page, I would love to see that. If they could make that, I mean, look at those guys. Just look at their bodies. Just look at what the mayhem and the destruction that Big E and Bobby Lashley can bring to the table. Man, I really think those two guys could be the next big tag team of the WWE.
Oh man, that would be something. That would be something special.
To hell with the New Day. To hell with the New Day. Get rid of them, Big E. Cash those boys to the side. Bobby Lashley, Big E as a tag team. That will be a team that will be unstoppable in WWE.
But if we're gonna be the new Harlem Heat,
no, not the new Harlem Heat.
That's what you said. You said like Harlem Heat.
Yeah, okay.
If they're gonna be like Harlem Heat, like I love my guy, the 305 MVP, but there's a 2-time Hall of Famer who knows a lot about tag team wrestling. I don't know. I mean, maybe that person should be in a managerial advisor. No, you're not a manager.
See,
you're just
I wouldn't want to step
advisor.
I wouldn't want to step on MVP's toes.
But what if you were the GM type where you don't ever go out to the ring or anything? You're just backstage. You help come up with the game plan, right? You're the director, or you're the producer. MVP is the director. He goes out there, makes the stars look good, make sure they know what they're doing. But you're an advisor. You're not a manager. You're an advisor. You're the GM.
It might work. It might work. But me personally, I'm not trying to interject myself into this angle. I don't want to do that because everybody on social media, the first thing, Book trying to get back on TV. I ain't trying to get back on TV, okay? What I'm trying to say is, I was just thinking, Big E and Bobby, I just thinking about those two guys, talking about dress differently, attitude. They don't have to change a whole lot as far as that go. I just think that they could be a dominant tag team and could take the tag team division by force. I mean, screw going out there hip tossing and arm dragging. Just go out there and beat the hell out of somebody and take those titles. Just like when Bobby Lashley won the title. You know what I mean? You remember that? You remember when Bobby first, he just went out there and rad tagged that boy. They beat him like he stole something, dropped him like a bad habit, and walked away with the championship. Boom, like that. That's the way I see Big E and Bobby Lashley wrecking shop. I mean, they would be the second coming of, like I say, Harlem Heat, Road Warriors, Demolition. They are, I mean, just look at the mass. We haven't seen a tag team like that in WWE in years. So I'm telling you right now, it would definitely be a team to be reckoned with. And I think they could hold a title for, quite some time. I think they could surpass what the New Day did as far as title reign, as far as length, holding on to those titles.
Yeah, because you know what? As you said before, if this was real, they're only going to be a one-time champion.
That is.
You're gonna beat all of them. They're going to be everybody.
Exactly. So that's just me, man. That's just me. I could be wrong. Hey, what do you think about before I know we got to get ready to get out of here. What do you think about the Hardys saying that they will finish their career as a tag team?
Well, I think that it only makes sense. I don't know really the latest update on Jeff. I saw that he did some video on Matt's channel promoting some upcoming concerts that he had.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on post WWE release. He seemed in the video to be in good spirits and excited to go out there and do his tour. So I hope that he's well. But it just makes sense for them. They came in together. The Hardy Boys are going to go down as one of the top 5 great tag teams of all time. I really believe that. They're definitely on the top 10. I think you make a great case for the top 5 tag teams of all time. And if they got another run in them, because Matt and Jeff looked like he was still going pretty strong in WWE. He didn't really look like he slowed down all that much. Sure, he didn't do the off the ladder swantons as many times as he used to, but he was still going pretty strong. Matt slowed down a little bit in his later stages, but I think that they can still put together one more run, maybe a little AEW run.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Can you imagine a series of matches? The Hardys versus the Young Bucks.
Yeah,
know what I mean?
yeah, definitely. And
Hardys versus the Lucha Brothers.
I tell you, if I had, if I had a vote as far as WWE greatest tag teams, the Hardys would be number 1.
Yeah, in WWE, absolutely.
Bottom line, those guys definitely were innovative. They brought something totally different, especially with Lita when she joined the group. It was just something that was so iconic, fascinating that you wanted to watch it. And then as a fan, you want to be a part of it. So those guys definitely was something different. Like I said, I did not know how good they were until I got in the ring with them and heard that crowd. I was like, oh my God, these guys are special. So definitely those guys are high up, as far as I'm concerned, as far as greatest tag teams in that company's history. But I know we got to get up out of here. We got any more super chats before we get out of here?
That was it. We're good.
Man, we got to get up out of here, man. I got to go continue to put in the work, guys. Don't miss out. Don't get shut out. I'm going to be doing a video in the morning. Also, guys, I will be Instagram live sometime between 9 and 10. Come on in with me, guys, and get your workout. But right now, Bradley, as always, I appreciate you. Everybody in the chat, we appreciate you guys. But right now, booyah! We out of here.
Can you dig it? You suck